Put the amount in here we need for the first cake and dump it in the pan.
Hi, and we welcome you to Hershberger's Miracle Homestead.
Welcome to the kitchen action of our homestead today. I am Martha, and we are going to be making the sour cream pound cake. For years, Dorothy and I went to festivals with up to 7 different kinds of pound cake, and sour cream pound cake was our #1 cake. And with Christmas here, we have multiple orders for pound cake, so I'll be making 7 of them today, all sour cream. And the first round will be 4. We'll be using the big mixer, and then I will be making the 3. And at the holiday fair that we went to, it was a big indoor craft event, and there, however many pound cakes we could make, we could sell. And we had one table that was nothing but the sour cream pound cakes. And the others then had the other variety of pound cakes that we did. And then we also had homemade jams that our cousins did.
This is our booth at the holiday fair, and there are lots of cakes and boxes for restocking.
That's not what we're here for today. We're here to make the pound cakes. I'm going to pull you in to go across the ingredients, and the recipe itself will be in the description below the video. On the description of the video, there's like 2 lines you can read, and then there's a show more. Click on the show more, and that will take you down to the recipe itself. But I will go across what goes into the sour cream pound cake. Okay, the ingredients for the sour cream pound cake are the granulated sugar, oleo of your choice. We use the imperial margarine. Sour cream of your choice, but we use the breakstone sour cream. In our opinion, that makes the best. Then we have pure vanilla extract, ground ginger, baking soda, pure lemon extract, all-purpose flour, and eggs. And one thing I have been failing to mention in our recipes, always have your eggs room temperature. That does make a difference. Okay, I'm ready to get started, and I have found I like my mixing bowl off of there at times to right now just to dump stuff in to start. And then sometimes I'll pull it out to do the scraping. So we will start with the margarine and then the sugar. Bring the bowl up, and on low start it and mix this together for 5 minutes. So I'll start it and set the timer. Okay, it's time to add in the sour cream, the lemon, vanilla, baking soda, and ground ginger. Pull it up, and on low, let it incorporate for a few minutes, and then we'll scrape it down. I just find it easier to take it off. I don't feel any more on the sides or the bottom, so you're probably wondering what this little scraper is for. It is to scrape the big scraper. On low speed again, mix for another 5 minutes. It's time to add the last 2 ingredients to the sour cream pound cake, which is the eggs and the flour. We'll alternate starting with the eggs. Now the flour. We are ready for the final scrape down and the final mixing. And then again on low for 5 minutes. All right, while the mixer is on the final 5 minutes, I will get the pans ready. I already have them greased, but I need to flour them. And we just tap the edges. Be sure the bottom and the sides and the middle are all floured. I know there's these sprays that you can spray it with, but we just like the way the end product is when we grease with Crisco and flour it. Tap the edge so the flour drops out that did not stick to the side. We have this off of the mixer. Give it one scrape down yet. Remember, the little scraper is to be able to scrape the big scraper. When we do this one cake, we use our KitchenAid, and we know that all that batter goes into the one cake. When you have multiple cakes like we have here, we have measured out how much one cake takes. And so that's why I have my scale here. Let me put that over to the edge, and we will put the amount in here we need for the first cake and dump it in the pan. Perfect. All right, we have the first of the sour cream pound cake ready for the oven. They will bake at 325 for 1.5 hours. So I will see you back in 1.5 hours. Until then, I should have others ready to go in when these come out. Well, I am back. The cakes are out of the oven. And when I took them out of the oven, I took a thin bladed table knife and just went across the edge. And that helps the cake once it's starting to settle down from being in the oven. The edges sometimes want to stick up just a little bit, and that helps the edges to stay down with the cake. So now take your knife and go across around the edge. And the outer edge is the only thing I do. I don't worry anything about the middle. Okay. These are new hot pads. I'm breaking them in. They still feel stiff. But anyway. Okie dokie. I can feel it drop down. And then take another cooling rack and turn it over. And we always like to brush the side. And right here on this edge, there's a little bit of probably flour. And if you just while it's still warm, there you go, that took care of it. Just press in on it a little bit. By the way, this is just a light brush. When it's actually cold then and ready to wrap, why we do the final brushing of it, but that gets the initial crumb off. Okay, I'm going to put the cakes over on the cooling rack, and it'll take them about 6 hours to cool that they're ready to wrap. Okay, folks, we're back here with cooled and wrapped cakes, and we actually made an extra one here. It is also one of our favorites. I will cut out a piece and we'll see what it looks like. Okie dokie, folks. There it is. The sour cream pound cake. And if you lay it on its side in a bowl and put some fruit on it with Cool Whip, it is so good. So we thank you for joining us in the making of multiple sour cream pound cakes. As always, if you make the recipe, we hope you enjoy it as much as we do. And with that, stay tuned for the golden thought.
Our brother Buddy was brain damaged at birth. He's epileptic and nonverbal. He's always been a very special part of our family. We included him in the golden thought as a way of encouraging anyone who has a special needs person in their life.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to the golden thought of this episode. I am Martha, and I'm here with my very, very special brother. He's also my twin, Marvin, but he's better known as Buddy. So we welcome you and the golden thought for today. I do think being in December, it can be a lonely month for people who have been forced into a new normal. Not a new normal of their choice, but a new normal because life happened. And a new normal we were forced into a couple of years ago before I got the phone call from my brother Ray that had cancer, and the doctor had told him he only has a couple weeks to live yet. For a couple weeks before that phone call came through, there was a song that would come on the radio. And I was hung on to that song, not knowing what was around the corner. But the chorus, if you don't listen to the song, it's by the Down East Boys. The chorus is amazing amounts of amazing grace, rising with the dawn and heading my way. Every day the Lord displays amazing amounts of amazing grace. And when that phone call came in, I had to think God gave me this song for a reason. And not knowing that God gave me that song, He also gave Dorothy a song that had to do with God's grace. So we're thankful that even when it hurts to the core and hurts the deepest pain that we can go through because of life happening, circumstances happening beyond our control, God is there. So when we find ourselves in the situations of a new normal that was beyond our control, just rest assured that God can carry you through. There are many times that you feel like you're not okay, but you will be okay. God is faithful and God is good. So with that, we want to bless you this December with the days ahead. And the golden thought again is amazing amounts of amazing grace, rising with the dawn and heading my way. Every day the Lord displays an amazing amount of amazing grace. With that, we'll bring this episode to a close. We thank you and God bless. You shake my hand again, buddy? All right, buddy.
In this golden moment, I only mention our brother Ray's death because the song was given to me at that time. Having gained our parents and a sister-in-law, Ray's wife, earlier. We had 4 married brothers, and having gained 3 of them, including Ray, in 2.5 years. We will share the link to the tree trimming video where we feature our brothers.